Hey, I'm Lorimer, co-founder and CEO of Liquid Labs. We are the main contributors to LiquidOps, which is a lending and borrowing protocol built on Arweave and AO. Today, I just wanted to take you through the UI, show our users how to lend, how to borrow, and just a general walkthrough of the UI. So yeah, let's jump straight in. So this is the main UI. This is where any user will land on LiquidOps.io. And here you can see things such as your lent balances, as well as your borrowed balances. And this is kind of like the main part of the website where you can actually, do things like lend and borrows, and also your global positions. So yeah, just a quick walkthrough. So here on the left, we can see all of the lent assets. So right now, my wallet address has 0.1 wrapped Arweave lent, as well as 100 USDA borrowed at a 4.47% interest rate. And at the minute, we're not earning any interest on the lent balance of the wrapped Arweave. So quite a nice thing about LiquidOps, which you'll probably realize, is I only have 0.1 wrapped Arweave lent in the protocol, but I'm somehow borrowing $100. So essentially this works because LiquidOps takes into account your global position. So essentially that means that if you've lent USDC as well as wrapped Arweave, for example, we take into account that USDC as well as, say, for example, with me, I've got 14 DAI lent as well, takes it all into account. So yeah, essentially you can do things like increase your dollar collateral size by just depositing assets that you have. So quite a popular thing some people do is, say, if they want to let's say they want to leverage the Arweave token, so add Arweave as collateral, borrow stable coins, and then rebuy Arweave through the borrow stable coins, then they have a theoretical leverage on the Arweave token. What some people decide to do is redeposit those borrowed assets back into the protocol, further enhancing their loan to value ratio, as well as, say, they have something like wrapped Ethereum, or DAI or USDT or any token that is not being used in the strategy. You can lend that into LiquidOps and yeah, enable more collateral into your position. So yeah, that's kind of where we are with this UI. Here you can see the lent balances and then the borrowed balances. You can see the amount of interest that the asset is earning when lent. You can see here what the price difference is compared to, sorry, the interest differences, what was compared to yesterday's in the last 24 hours. So, sometimes, for example, with USDC, on Monday, you might be earning, I don't know, 15% APY on it when it's lent, and then on Friday it will go up to 20%. These indicators will show you that. So let's say you're familiar with this now. This is kind of where you can have a look at all of your positions, your global position. You can see all of the interest. You can see what your wallet is doing. How do we actually lend and borrow? So let's say we want to lend assets into the protocol. So whenever you're lending into the protocol, really the terminology that we like to use is supply and withdraw. So supplying, collateral, lending assets, supplying liquidity to a pool. You just would click supply, and then essentially here you can see the balance of the asset that you're about to supply. So for example, if I had one Arweave lent into the protocol, the balance here would be 0 Arweave, because this is the balance of your wallet. It's not the balance of the actual lent amount that you've lent into the pool. If you want to see that lent balance, this is this balance here, but this balance is really just to show you how much you can lend into the protocol. So yeah, so if I wanted to, this is where you would obviously supply wrapped Arweave. Then say if you want to withdraw that wrapped Arweave, really simple, just click withdraw. And you may have noticed as well, obviously now our balance is changing. Now we show here the amount of Arweave that's been lent into the pool, as well as the token logo has changed. So, why has that token logo changed? That's due to whenever you deposit, say, Arweave into a LiquidOps pool, you receive back O wrapped Arweave in our case. So essentially, this is due to something called an O token. So you can kind of think of an O token like a receipt for depositing into the protocol, but these O tokens can actually be used in other DeFi strategies. One thing that, like, for example, I do actually, is I have deposited Arweave into LiquidOps, and now I have O wrapped Arweave. I'm now supplying O wrapped Arweave in a liquidity pool on Bottega. So I'm earning, I'm earning yield on that Arweave, and then now I can supercharge that yield by earning trading fees from a Bottega Dex pool, which is a decentralized exchange on Arweave and AO. So yeah, really simple. This is how you supply and withdraw liquidity into the protocol. So borrowing is really the same. If you want to borrow assets here, you just click borrow. You can type in the amount that you want to borrow, as well as have a look at the current borrow APR. Today, for borrowing USDC, you're going to be paying a 22.91% interest rate. And so lenders are making a little bit at the minute. They're making 20.34% USDC yield. So yeah, if you are looking to earn really high USDC amounts, check out liquidops.io /wrapped USDC, and you can earn upwards of 20% APY on USDC right now. Same if you want to repay a loan as well. You just click repay. It's the same process. Another thing on the balances is this is the balance of the your current borrow, not the balance of the amount you've lent into the protocol or the amount you've got on your in your wallet. This is the amount that you currently have borrowed from the protocol in this one here. And then it's a similar thing with repay. Repaying is the amount that you have in your wallet ready to repay the loan that you took out. So let's say you're in a position now where we've shown you the main UI, as well as shown you how to supply, withdraw, borrow, and repay liquidity. Let's have a little look at those transactions that we've just made. So yeah, really simple. If you want to know what you've lent or borrowed, or the outcome of those transactions, I've been recently lending Vento Ethereum and Vento Dai by the looks of it. So yeah, quite cool. You can just see all of these recent transactions here. Just scroll down. We have quite a nice infinite loading, so it will just keep reloading. And yeah, if you notice, actually, some of these have ticks. Some of them are loading. Sometimes it does take a little bit of time in AO to be able to see the outcome of that transaction, but fear not, it will pop up, as well as if a transaction doesn't appear instantly in your transactions profile tab, don't panic. This is most likely just due to AO not being able to pick up the transaction quick enough, or GraphQL not being able to pick up the transaction quick enough. I think with LiquidOps, thinking about it, I don't think we use centralized servers for really anything. I think the only thing we use centralized servers for is internal tooling. So for example, all of these transactions here, we retrieve them via GraphQL on Arweave. So basically, bear with the loading times. We're working to improve it every day, but essentially all of this is decentralized, which we think is super cool. So yeah, there's your transactions. If you just click one, it opens up the AO Explorer, AO.link, and you'll be able to see the outcome of that transaction. So while we're here, just to give you an idea of what we're looking at in the account tab, so we have a button here called Refresh Site. Essentially, due to the early stage nature of AO, we implement quite, without going too technical, we save a lot of the data in the UI. And sometimes, if you saw a balance on LiquidOps that doesn't correspond to your wallet address, which doesn't happen often, but sometimes it does happen, yeah, you just click refresh site, and then that will basically clear the site of all of the pre-saved data. You don't have to do this every time. If you do keep pressing refresh site, essentially that will just make it 10 times slower because you'll be reloading data into the UI that you don't need to. But yeah, if you're a user and you ever have like a discrepancy in your balance, it's usually because there's been an issue with the caching, because we're trying to make the website as quick as possible and not have to request a load of data from AO that we don't need. So yeah, as well as we have an overview of your essentially wallet address. If you had like a ARNS, that would show up here, or if you had like a profile photo via the Arweave Global Arweave Profile SDK, which you can use in a website like Bazaar, this will show up here. And then if you ever want to log out of LiquidOps entirely, you just click that button there and that will log you out. Okay, cool. So yeah, just give you a little bit of kind of some more clarity on things going on in the UI before we jump into the specifics of the token pages. Down here we have a footer. If you ever need support with the protocol, like for example, if you've just done a lend or borrow and had a look at the outcome of the transaction, but something is wrong, just click support. And that will give you a link to our Discord where you can open a ticket and chat directly with me and Martin, who is my co-founder of LiquidOps. So yeah, if there's any other general feedback on the protocol, like for example, if you want a dark mode, which is coming to the UI soon, please do let us know. We do read this feedback form. You just click for feedback. And essentially, yeah, that will open up our Google Sheets where you can leave some feedback. Then yeah, analytics, terms, privacy, they're down there as well. The perma site, that's essentially our ARNS. We have liquidops.arweave.net. So if you want to connect to LiquidOps via an Arweave gateway, you can. Say DeFi.AO, which is another Arweave gateway in the ecosystem, you can connect to LiquidOps directly through there. So yeah, then you've got your social media links in the bottom right as well. Okay, so that's a kind of good overview of the main bit that you're going to be looking at in LiquidOps. Let's go directly into the token pages. So for example, this is where you can see details about a specific LiquidOps pool. So this is really aiming to give you like a kind of good idea of what's going on with the pool directly, instead of your whole like lend and borrow balances, etc., that you get on the main UI's landing page. So yeah, you can see like market details here. You can see your position summary when it loads. We're working on faster loading times, I assure you. Me and Martin actually literally just got off today talking about it. But essentially, yeah, here you can see details of the pool itself. You can see how the current interest rate model has been worked out right now. The reason why USDC is at such a high amount is because there's so much liquidity being borrowed in the USDC pool right now. Yeah, USDC has a total supply of 73K, but borrowed is 71K. So like a lot of the pool is out, and that's why the interest is so high, due to our interest rate model called the jump rate interest model that we use. If you want to learn more about that, yeah, please check out our docs at docs.liquidops.io, and you'll be able to learn more about the jump rate interest model, as well as you have these buttons up here which allow you to supply, borrow, and withdraw, repay directly within the token pool page. So yeah, if you ever want to look into more depth into a token or a pool, just go to liquidops.io/the ticker you're trying to find. So if you're trying to find the pool about wrapped Arweave, just type in liquidops.io/WARF, which is the ticker for wrapped Arweave. Cool. Okay then. Well, you should be in a position now where you can use the UI and work your way around and interact with the LiquidOps protocol. If you're ever interested into any of the other like pools in LiquidOps, how it's doing, you can go to our markets page. Here you can see our TVL. Right now we're at $285,000 in TVL. We have $214,000 available to be lent out, and $71,000 is currently borrowed from the protocol. Here you can see all of the different interest rates that we currently have, all of the different pools, how much is borrowed from each pool, and the tokens we have listed on the protocol. Cool. Okay, so yeah, if you ever need to bridge liquidity into LiquidOps as well, you know, we work with lots of different bridging partners in the ecosystem. Two we're working with at the moment are Vento and AOX. So if you are a Ethereum user, a base user, and you want to bridge liquidity into the ecosystem, just hover over bridge, and then you can choose the bridge that you want to bridge into the UI with. We do have automated bridging coming through. So if you're a MetaMask, you know, user, you're an Ethereum user, whatever, yeah, we you know, trust me, it's coming. We're going to make it really, really easy so you can deposit directly into AO, and you don't have to even go to the other bridge website. This will all be automated. So yeah, before we go into the last tab, the Earn tab, just to show you as well, if you hover over more, you can also see our docs, our blog, and then also Labs, which is Liquid Labs, which is the company me and Martin have founded. LiquidOps itself is a decentralized protocol. Anyone can contribute to it. This UI is also open source. The whole protocol is open source. We've been audited 3 times now, which is all available on our GitHub as well. Cool. Okay. Let's do the last page, and then I will give you a challenge, I think. But essentially, yeah. So this is our Earn tab. So right now, LiquidOps has just been fair launched on AO. In short, what a fair launch is a way for a team to be able to say launch an amount of their token supply in a fair manner on AO. So community members and people who wouldn't usually get access to basically investing in crypto or anything like that due to, you know, just being a normal member of the community actually can get access to it via an AO fair launch. So yeah, here, if you go to liquidops.io/earn, you can earn in our token, which is LQD. And delegate the earnings that you're getting off your Arweave token in AO to us. So if you hold Arweave, you currently earn AO. So if you, yeah, delegate that AO to the LiquidOps fair launch, in exchange back, you'll get the native token of LiquidOps, which is LQD. We also have plans coming for if you're a staked Ethereum holder or a DAI holder, you'll be able to earn in LQD as well. So yeah, in order to do that, you just type in the amount that you want to delegate to LiquidOps, click update, and you'll be able to start earning in LQD rewards. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's pretty much it where we are with LiquidOps today. We have a lot of new features coming. Believe me, we also have a whole platform redesign coming, which is going to be interesting, but I wanted to make this video so you guys using the protocol now can obviously work your way around it. So yeah, I think the last thing to really point out on the UI, thinking about it, is this, the continues earning AO highlighted bit. So as you can notice, as you might notice, right now there's 0% being earned in Arweave tokens, and it's like, you know, Lorimer, I thought that, you know, you're bringing yield to Arweave tokens. Why is there no yield on wrapped Arweave? And I'd say back to you, great question. The reason why is basically because people that are holding wrapped Arweave right now are earning AO. It's being sent to them, you know, I think it's every block or something like that. So what we want to do is enable people to still be able to do that, but still be able to deposit into the protocol to be able to do things like leveraging Arweave tokens. So essentially, yeah, we have not allowed borrows for wrapped Arweave. Just a little explainer here, but that basically means that all of the AO that's being earned on the Arweave tokens is going directly back to the lender of Arweave into LiquidOps. If you'd like to, yeah, if you want to lend Arweave into LiquidOps, and then also, well, say you don't care about the AO rewards and you just want to earn yield, you can use Vento Arweave, which has a 1.15% interest rate per year on Arweave tokens, and you can borrow it as well. So right now to borrow is 2.11% APY. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think the challenge from me is, yeah, try lend some assets into the protocol and make a borrow. We'd really appreciate any user feedback, you know, even if it's just someone depositing, you know, $1 and borrowing 10 cents. We really appreciate any feedback on the platform. I think, you know, our main goal with this is to try and make it as easy as possible for our users above all at the end of the day. So yeah, if there's something that we've added that you don't like, or you want us to add something, please do let us know via the feedback link below. So yeah, I think that's it. You can check us out on liquidops.io, or if you go to linktree/liquidops, you'll be able to find all of our links, as well as via all major social media platforms. So yeah, thank you very much. And yeah, try LiquidOps today.